Hey everyone. So today I want to talk about these newbies, females in particular. And before I even go ahead and start, let me just say I'm 18 years old, about to be 19 November. Yes, I'm pretty young. I want to talk about how we think that the life that we live in is going to end today. We live our life like there is no tomorrow. We live our lives like there is no future. Like, that's what I want to talk about. And this is the problem here. I realized at I can remember 14, 15, 16-year old. Like when I was like 14, 15, 16-year old, like I was just like, I don't even know. I mean, I'm not gonna say I didn't know what boyfriend was, because I mean, this is not like, of course, back in the 90s, 80s, or whatever. But I wasn't like this. I wasn't all over the place. I wasn't about sex, and I wasn't about boyfriend, and I wasn't about messing with dudes. And yeah, we admire them. I admire him. He's cute, but I wasn't all like trying to be on his. Yeah. So it just bothers me because I know a lot of girls, a lot of these 14 and 15 and 16 and 17-year olds that all they're about is boyfriend and sex. And you know what you guys don't understand? You guys don't understand that sex comes later. As in, it's always gonna be there. The more important things in life, we bypass them, and we're just thinking about boyfriend, relationship, love, and sex, commitment. Like, what kind of commitment can you have at 14, 15 years old? Like, can somebody like tell me, like, am I crazy here, or what is going on with these teenagers these days? It's really for me. Like I said, I'm not 95. I'm only 18 years old. But it bothers me a lot because I have a sister coming up, and I'm like, oh my God. She's coming up in this world around all these teenagers that think life revolves around just sex and boyfriend when it really doesn't. You don't want to be an item. You don't want to be a number, and that's the problem. We mess around with dudes and we think, oh, we obligated to please them. If you have a boyfriend, that's fine. But if he's gonna be like, if you ain't giving me sex, we can't have this relationship. What? Just when you deuces. Like, seriously? Like, you don't need those kind of guys. But we so naive and oblivious to what's going on around us. When we find somebody that claim, oh, I want to be with you, I like you, and then he's like, sex? And you feel obligated to this person, like, I want to keep him. I'm gonna have to do whatever it is to keep him. Hell no. You don't need to have sex and open your legs and go on your knees to keep somebody. If it's a good person, and if it's something that's gonna worth more in the future, then you know what? Go for it. Not sex. Go for the relationship. He's gonna want to be with you, not for the sex, but he's gonna want to be with you just for who you are. Like 15 years old, you need to be like, look, I'm a young teenager. I don't know about sex. Like, why are you even coming to me with this sex argument thing? Like, can we enjoy life? Where are those days? Where did they go when we used to be able to go on dates and go to the movies and everything else without laying down and getting legs open? Like, what is that? It's annoying. It's really disappointed. It really is. And let me tell you something right now. Guys or bear hunters, we are their prey. Bear hunters, when they see their prey, they're gonna hunt it down until they get it, and then they're gonna eat it, and then they're gonna move on to the next. That's what's going on with us. A guy see you and think you're attractive, he's gonna come after you, and you play hard to get. Oh, I'm gonna play hard to get to see if he really likes me. That doesn't work anymore, because when you guys see something that's cute or attractive, they're gonna come after you. No matter how many times you turn them down, no matter how many times you say no, they're gonna still be all up your ass. And when you say, you know what? No, it doesn't even matter what you do. It don't matter. Or if you decide you're gonna be with this person, don't just put yourself out there. If you decide, all right, I'm gonna give him a try, don't put yourself out there, because what he was running down in the beginning, it was all curiosity. He have no idea about you, so yes, he's gonna be all up your ass. But the moment you put yourself out and give him your everything, it don't matter anymore. You're gonna be like an atom to him. He's gonna just like move on to the next. So the moment you start a relationship is the moment you start diminishing your self-worth. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying relationships are bad, but it's what you do and how you do it. That's when you start minimizing your self-worth. Like, you in a relationship and he's coming at you with a bunch of Nancy stories and everything else, and you fall for it all, you give him yourself. Like, come on, like, what do you have left? What do you have left to be like, you know what? He's gonna mess himself, deuces. And when he's out, I won't feel bad because I know I didn't do anything that he can talk about. You know, I know I didn't do anything where you can go out there and say, hey, by the way, she ain't nothing. You want to be that valuable thing. You want to be valuable. You want to be that girl when you in a relationship and you break up with you or whatever happens, he can say, one thing I can say, she was a good girl. You don't want to be like, oh, she was just one of those numbers. Like, come on. Like, have some pride and dignity in yourself. Like, come on. Like, I know females, and the only reason I'm making this video is because I know females. There are females out there that I know that they it's all about sex, hot dudes. Oh my god, he's so hot. I gotta get in his bed. Did you just say you gotta get in his bed because he's hot? Really? Like, really? It really hurts my heart. It really, really does. And I just hope that you guys are watching this video, and if you're 15, 16, 17 years old, you're looking into what I'm saying and realize that this is true. This is really true. Like, come on. Have your relationship and have fun. But when you find that one guy, 15, 16, 17-year-old, when you find that one guy that makes you believe that without sex the relationship can't go on, he's the bad guy. He's a bad guy. That's not the guy that's going to respect you for what you are. Because you know what? If he respect you for what you are, then it wouldn't be all about, are we going to have sex? When are we going to have sex? Can we have sex? No. It's not worth it. I'm a virgin and I'm about to be 19 years old and I'm a beautiful young lady. I'm just saying, I'm not being cocky or whatever, but it's the truth. I'm not ugly, right? So a lot of guys come after me. A lot of guys like me. But I have pride and I have dignity, and I'm not going to make myself just another girl, because no matter how beautiful you are and no matter how classy you are, when you put yourself out there like that, you're nothing in their eyes. Like, you're nothing. Like, your beauty doesn't show, because it's what you do that really defines your beauty. It's not what you look like. It's what you do and how you act and how you portray yourself. That is what defines a real beauty. So all I can say to you young teenagers out here, life is so much more than having sex. Because when you're young and you're having sex, it feels like life feels great. Everything feels so amazing, and it's just this great feeling you get. Like, yes, I'm on top of the world and I don't give a shit. I'm having sex, I'm grown, and yeah, I can hold my man and everything else. It doesn't work like that, because you know what? When you're going through Tom, Dick, and Harry, if you don't know what that means, when you're going through a bunch of dudes, when you're older, you're going to be like, damn, wow, I was really a tramp. I mean, you don't want that kind of life. You don't want to be that kind of girl. You don't want to be that girl when you look back in your life, you're like, wow. Because you know what? Let me be a little bit graphic. Your vagina, when you get it, it looks like this. That little hole right there, no, not even that big. It's this. Your first time, it's that. Your second time, it's that. Not literally your second time, but the more you do it, okay, do you understand? That's it right there. So when you're older, if you're gonna start having sex and everything else when you're 15 years old, 16 years old, when you're older, like 21, and you need somebody, you want to find that's the time you're thinking about a family, right? Like in your 20s, 30s, that's when you're thinking about a family. Guys, I'm sorry, but yes, guys don't want girls that are like this. Do you understand? No, not really. A guy's not gonna put the ring on your finger when you're like this. It's more like this. I'm just saying. So if you want to keep your man in the future when you're older and you want a family, you need to start saving yourself and be a little more, respect yourself a little more, and have a little more self-worth, okay, and pride, because you don't want to be like this by the age of 16 years old. My mom is calling me. But you don't want to be like this at the age of 16 years old. So my thing is, let it stay like this. Let it stay like this. It's not worth it. When you're older, you're gonna realize. When you're older, you're gonna realize that, oh my God, my life was horrible. And no, you're trying to find somebody and you have nothing to keep that person because no elasticity. What do you call it? No. Well, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, have a little more pride. Have a little more dignity. It's not worth it. It really is not. Find that guy that will say to you, baby, I'm willing to wait as long as you want. Because if he loves you, he's gonna wait on you. He is. Because relationship is not about sex. And it's just not about sex. And it's just not about getting on your knees. It really isn't. Like, you save yourself. Be a fun, outgoing person, free-spirited. But, do it with pride. Do it with pride. Thanks.